This is Actar's Reviews, from anime to figures and beyond. Hey, this is Actar and welcome to the final day of Heartcatch Precure Week. What better way to end off Heartcatch Precure Week than to return to my roots by reviewing the figures of Cure Blossom and Cure Marine. More specifically, S.H.Figuarts, Cure Blossom and Cure Marine. But first, let me preface this review by saying that since I want to limit this to only one episode, I'll only be taking a look at Cure Blossom, her being the main heroine of the series. Just note that everything I say about Cure Blossom can also be said for Cure Marine, both the good and the bad. Most of you guys will be more familiar with S.H.Figuarts through their Kamen Rider figures, which is their main claim to fame. Many don't know that the S.H.Figuarts line also has a series of Precure figures. Starting from Precure 5 Go-Go, they have pretty much made figures of all the Precures to come ever since. Recently, they have finally revisited and released the original Cure Black and Cure White, and their latest releases being Cure Blossom and Cure Marine. But a little background information aside, let's get straight into the review. Their Kamen Rider figures might be outstanding, but do the S.H.Figuarts human characters live up to the high standards of their Kamen Rider figures? Let's find out. The box is actually quite well done. For Blossom, we have a mainly pink color scheme with a myriad of hearts in the background. The figure can be seen clearly through the window display, and we have a picture of the figure in the bottom right hand corner. Do also note that there are numerous blossoms sprinkled throughout the entire box, as can be seen in the front as well as on the window display. We can see Blossom's silhouette on the side, and on the back we have a collage of pictures showing all the figure in various signature poses and touting a number of the accessories that the figure comes with. So let's open this up and take a look at the figure inside. It's nice to see that they included the purification flower on the cardboard backing so that you could set figures in front of them to recreate their final attacks. Now, since this is the first Precure Figuarts figure that I'm reviewing, let me give you my initial impressions. With the figure itself, there are things that I like and things that I don't. In terms of the things that I like, the figure is overall exceedingly well detailed and is accurate to the show counterpart. Sculpting is great and the paint depths are overall great as well. And now for the bad. The build quality of these figures, while not terrible by any stretch of the imagination, don't seem to be as solid as I hoped. The material that they are made of seems rather light and flimsy, but this could be due to the skinny nature of the character design. Still, being used to the solidness of the Figma figures, this cannot compare. Although I have to admit that most of the joints themselves are still rather nice and stiff. But no matter how stiff the joints are, this figure is still one hell of a chore to pose. And do you know why? That's because of the one fatal flaw with this figure: the hair. You heard me right, the hair. Now, yes, I understand that the original animated counterparts had big hair, and it's only natural for the figures to emulate that. And in that respect, I applaud Bandai. However, Bandai found it necessary to make the hair out of one solid chunk of solid PVC. I mean, the hair itself weighs more than the rest of the figure. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, they could have made the hair out of a lighter material, they could have even made it hollow, but no. They chose to use the most heavy and dense PVC that they could find. Because of this, it's unbelievably difficult to get it into a decent pose, even with the included stand. Oh, but I'll be talking about the stand in just a second. Bandai themselves were well aware of the problem that the heavy hair posed and included an alternate neck piece sans the neck joint so that the figure will be able to look straight forwards. Now that is just sad. Putting that aside, let's just move on. Coming to the second issue that I have with these figures, and pretty much all of the human figures from the S.H.Figuarts line, the exchangeable face and hair piece. They are just way too hard to swap out. Now, what do I mean? Usually, the face pieces of the other figures, such as the Figmas, are held in by friction, which make them effortless to swap out. However, Bandai engineered the figures with notches in both the hair pieces and the exchangeable face pieces so that they clip into grooves in the head. Considering that some of the Figma figures have loose hair pieces, this would have been a welcome design change, if only it wasn't damn near impossible to remove without breaking the figure. I am not kidding. This is a problem with all the human Figuarts that I have. Not only is it hard to get a grip, and to find some leverage with such a small surface area, I'm really hesitant to use excessive force in fear of breaking or scratching the hair or face pieces. Moving on, articulation wise, it's pretty decent and standard as far as your human figures go. The head can move forwards and backwards, side to side. It can also swivel side to side. The hair is articulated and it can rotate side to side. The arm can move forwards and backwards, in and out at the shoulder. It's actually double ball jointed to afford a greater amount of more natural posability, and as you can see, it can move all the way around at the shoulder joint. Its elbow can move forwards and backwards. It can rotate side to side at the elbow, and I forgot to say it can also rotate side to side at the shoulder. The hand has 3 points of articulation. It can rotate at the wrist, it can move forwards and backwards, and it can rotate at the hand. She does have a chest joint that affords a ton of posability, forwards and backwards, side to side, and it can also rotate side to side. Her legs can move forwards and backwards, in and out. They can rotate side to side at the thigh. The knee joint is posable and can afford quite a bit of posability. Her feet also has 3 points of articulation. It can rotate side to side at the leg. It can move forwards and backwards. It can also rotate side to side at the foot. And as for the accessories, first the basics. Cure Blossom comes with numerous pairs of exchangeable hands that range from fists to holding things hands to a splayed open hand and a pair of different finger pointing hands. The special neck piece without the neck joint is also provided, and of course she comes with 2 exchangeable faces, one with her in a happy expression and another with her in a battle enraged expression. For the character-specific accessories, this is one department where Bandai did not disappoint. We get pretty much everything that you could ask for and more. First, Chivalry, her fairy partner. It's nice to see that they even added some head articulation. Next, her Kokoro Perfume, which is minuscule. It's reasonably detailed for its size, and the heart seat is coloured pink. And last but not least, her flower tact. Do note that the tip is in a translucent pink plastic and the heart piece is painted pink as well. Something that I do like is that they even made the crystal dome spinnable. Nice touch there on Bandai's part. Finally, we come to the stand. Oh boy, the stand. Now, the bases are nice, I have to admit. They are heart-shaped just like all the other Precure stands and even have their names on them to give them some personalization. Now that's good. Though it would have been even better if they were coloured. My problem is with the stand itself. The stand is a common design among all of Bandai stands, from Figuarts to Tamashii bases. They use these stands for everything. Their design allows the stand to be taken apart so that you can easily swap pieces and customize the stand to your liking. This system also allows for side-to-side motion at the various joints, whereas a Figma stand doesn't. But, and I highly doubt I'm the only one who thinks so, the stand is way too fragile. Now perhaps I've been spoiled by Figma stands, but working with Bandai stands just drive me up the wall. If you apply too much pressure in the wrong direction, it comes apart. If you swivel it too many times, it comes apart. You move to bend the stand, it comes apart. Now this becomes really problematic when you're adjusting the figure into a good pose when the stand is attached. In conclusion, I really want to like these figures. I mean, I love the show, I adore the characters, and I truly want to say that these are great figures, go pick them up. But the truth of the matter is that while they do have some good points, like the accessories and the details and the accuracy, they have some really outstanding problems. And some of these problems are just inherent to the entire line of S.H.Figuarts human figures. If you can look past the problems and are just dying to get the figures of the 2 main characters, by all means, go pick them up. It's really a shame that we have to end off Heartcatch Precure week on such a low note, but that's just the way things turned out. But we're not done yet. Stay tuned for tomorrow as we have a surprise contest with a fabulous prize. So, this is Acta saying, see you guys in tomorrow's episode.